All right. Here we are again. Say hi, lady. Can I have a kiss? Thank you so much. So I got a couple of questions in the comments, what you guys wanted to see. I had someone ask, no, it's not time to play, let go, about when is the best time to start training your pit bull. Lady was bottle fed, and so I had her from about 8 weeks old. And I started noticing that when she would see me making the bottle or doing anything that had to do with food, that she would start reacting. And so that was an indication to me that she was ready to start training, because she was relating something to something else. And so that's a good indicator. Like if your dog tells you when it needs to go potty, or when you say certain words like, do you want to G-O? We won't say that. Or something like that, that's a good indicator that your dog's ready to train. Another thing is, somebody asked, about some tips. The biggest tip that I can give you is just that you have to have time and attention. If you have small children, try and do some training while they're not around. Don't have the TV on, any distractions. Just make it you and about the dog. With Lady, and some things that I've seen other people training in the past, is make sure that when you're giving the commands, that you're allowing the dog to look at you and not concentrate on either the treat or the toy or whatever it is. She knows that we're fixing to start doing some tricks. And then I think someone named Javen actually asked about how did I train her the look. So I was just going to kind of go over it with you guys real quickly. I'm going to back away from here so y'all can see what I'm doing on the ground. Lady. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you get them interested in whatever it is. I recommend that you use their own food. That way they're not used to getting table food or, just stuff that maybe not be good for them. And so she knows, that she's going to get her food, and she's totally content with working for her own food. And that's kind of what you want, is you don't want them being spoiled and, wanting table food or lunch meat or things like that. It'll help later on down the line with them not, begging for food while you're sitting at the dinner table or wherever you eat your dinner. Not have them up your butt when you're in the kitchen. I do let her come in the kitchen with me when I'm cooking, but she also knows the command that when I tell her get out of the kitchen, she has to be off the linoleum and onto the carpet. So when you want to start teaching your dog how to look, or the hear or whatever it is, put it right in front of their face. Lady, look. You see that she doesn't go for it to eat it. And that's what you want to start out with, is just look. And then give it to them. And then reward and praise. Good girl, good girl. And so once you've got their attention on the food, and you're associating the command look, and a lot of the times if you do a snap, they automatically associate that snap with doing a command. So she's, we're beyond that stage with her. But like when we're out in public, Lady she's not on a leash. She walks right beside me. She doesn't ever get out of my sight. Things like that. She's a real people person, and I don't have to worry about her. But still, when I start snapping, she knows it's time to get close and get busy. So with the look command, now you want to start it down on the floor. And you just tell her, look, nope. And so she knows it's there, Lady. And she's looking back up at me, waiting for me to tell her, eat it. Good girl. And then just slowly put it further away. So before I tell her what I want her to do, I'm going to set it down. And this is a good time that you can incorporate the stay command. And if they start to move, just gently put your hand on their chest and tell them what you want them to do. Stay. Now look. Come here. Sit. And then just start putting it further and further away. I take it and I'll chunk it all the way out of her sight, which will actually have to go L-O-O-K for it. She'll sit here and wait until I tell her, Lady, go look. And then she'll go and find it. And a good one that I started with her too is, as soon as she finds that piece of food, I make her sit and stay where she's at. And so I'm in charge of where she's going at all times. That's one of the ways that I think to train them, is just to get them interested in what it is, tell them the command that you want, and then stay. Get it as far away as you can from them without them taking off to go get it. And when you tell them, go look. Come here. And good girl. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Sit. Oh, thank you. High five. High five again? Oh, thank you. Yeah, so she's so excited just to eat her own food, which wouldn't seem exciting, but this is something that we do regularly to keep her, fresh. And Lady will be 2 years old in October, and we've just now mastered the let go. She gets real, playful and wants to keep her toys in her mouth, and it's been a hard struggle trying to teach her to let go of it when I tell her to let go. We've just now mastered that at a year and however many months, 11 months, 10 months, thank you. And she also, even though she hates taking baths, I've got her to where she will voluntarily get in the bathtub now, even with the water running. So that's a big accomplishment. But really, it's just about time and repetition. And you want to make sure that they know that they're doing a good job. You're so good. It's a good girl. And the smaller that they are, the younger that they are, the easier it is to get them to get trained. Number one, they're small enough to handle. She's very tiny for a pit bull. I think that it was because of her being bottle raised and abandoned and all that stuff. But they can get pretty big. My sister has an 85-pound blue pit. So the smaller that you have them and you start doing the training right away, the easier it's going to be for you. But I don't believe that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I think that any dog can be taught as long as you're rewarding, taking the time, and giving lots of praise. I don't know. We'll just go through some more of her tricks. Lady, speak. Speak. No. Speak. Good girl. Get up. Up. Come on. Sit. Good girl. Can I have a kiss? Thank you. Sit. Good girl. Shake. Thank you. High five. All right. Lady, put 'em up. Stay. Bang. Bang. Oh, she's dead. That one I actually taught her on a dare. A friend of mine knows how well that she's trained, and she wanted to see if we could teach her that, and I sure did. It's not quite as cute as the golden retriever that does it and he kicks his head back and falls on the ground, but I'm pretty proud of it. Let's see. Lay down. Lay down. Good girl. Roll over. Good girl. Stay. Good girl. And I don't want to keep doing like repeat videos showing you guys the same thing, but I know that somebody did specifically ask about the look command and all of those things. And then, so what I've incorporated with that as well is her being alert in the house. And so like I showed a little bit on one of the last videos about her going and checking the doors and the windows, making sure nobody's here. That just kind of came about. I would notice that when she would see a car go by or something like that, she'd always get in that perch. And so I started associating a phrase with her going and doing that activity. And so now when I say that phrase, she automatically goes, Lady, what's that? And that's just from, me saying it, her relating it to whatever the activity was. And that's really all it is. We just have to make their minds connect to whatever it is that we're trying to get them to learn to do or learn how to act. She's kennel trained. I didn't see any questions about kennel training. If you guys want to know anything about that, you can leave it in the comments. She's just a real good girl, and I love showing her off to people, and we've had quite a few hits on her very, very, very first video when she was still small enough to fit in my hands. And so, I'll keep putting out videos as long as people have questions. If you guys want to see me teach her a trick that she doesn't already know, we can try learning it on camera together, and you can see something from the very beginning and hopefully completed to the very end and see like my actual training techniques and not just things that I'm, remembering. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks.